So honestly, I wasn't really surprised with what Jonas did in the end of the episode. I kind of anticipated he would be that kind of guy. Like he just gave me that feeling, of being two-faced and everything, and just being the Yandere boy. Now, if you guys are curious, when the clues first start, for me, I think when I look back, it definitely, were some clues in early episodes. Like, one of them was in the first episode when we saw him, when he came out and he, he kept on confessing his love for An, and you can see An, rejects him like, no, I don't love you, or whatever, just rejects him. And you can see John, just taking it like she's just joking around. She doesn't mean that. And that feeling just, kept on growing, I guess. And um, the second example was when An was on this very dangerous journey of going to this sugar apple fair. The one who chased her was John, and his carriage with his carriage and his ferry. So I don't know. That was another clue that gave me that I wouldn't be surprised if John was a yandere. And I guess their conversation they had in this episode snapped something inside of him. Like he knew that An was serious. When An ultimately rejected him, like had that talk of like all seriousness, like I don't want to marry you or anything, and I guess John snapped from hearing that, and that's what drove him to steal An's work, her carriage, her horse, and leave her abandoned for the wolves to just eat her up, I guess, or kill her or something. So I mean, honestly, I'm not that no, I'm not that surprised that John, he turned out to be that kind of guy. Like I said, I already had my clues, so it wasn't really surprising to me. But what I do want to talk about was the other one that probably, confirmed that John was kind of like that. So the scene that led up to this whole situation was An had two missing barrels and of sugar candy she needed to, enter the fair, I guess. And she, talked to John about it. And, at night, later that night, they were contemplating or trying to figure out, who might have stolen it. And about, I guess, right after John heard of, the sugar being stolen, 2 barrels of it, he automatically, he had his favorite Kathy to not kind of frame, like, it was very obvious to me that it was all planned. And Sherry, she said, I saw the other little fairy, I think his name was Martin or something like that, steal it. And from that, I guess I believe that she got suspicious of Martin, and he kept on saying it wasn't me, but he ultimately left the camp. And then, if you're asking what drove Kathleen to, agree to John doing this, it was later also kind of revealed that Caitlin has a very big crush on John. Love between fairy and a human. So obviously, what drove her to help John in doing this, even though it was wrong, was because I'm guessing she thought she could somehow win him over by completing this, and maybe after she could tell him her true feelings, and they could, like, I guess live happily ever after together after this. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of make this video about that whole episode. I think it was a very cool episode. It really gets me excited to watch, next episode, see what's gonna happen with Ann, and if she's, gonna eventually catch John doing this, and what kind of interaction would that look like, and just questions about the episode arose in my head, so I did want to make a video talking about it. But yeah, I guess we'll see what the next episode has in store for me. But for now, thank you, and I'll see you next time. Bye.